Greetings, fellow humans. Welcome back to OpenTTD from 1733. That seems quite a while ago. It's almost 200 years ago. We're in 1925. And we are an aging organisation, I think it's fair to say, is patient transportation. Just like our fearless leader, Colin Comeover, him of the sad eye and pink demeanour. We are modernising, we have a lot of legacy track, and we have a lot of legacy routes, and, we've moved with the times, we have electrified our track, and we've got some funky new trains, but at the same time, we still have some sailing ships, and, we have, more than anything, some work to do in order to reach, in order to minimise loss-making trains. Looking at our detailed performance rating here, we're hitting 100% across a whole raft of areas. Company-wide income, delivered cargo, types of cargo delivered, the amount of money that we have, zero loan. A lot of these are straightforward things. Number of vehicles we have. Number of stations is creeping up. It's recently serviced stations, and there are still some. I see this number wavering up and down, so there's clearly some stations that we have which are infrequently serviced, which isn't great. But of more concern is the fact that we have a bunch of vehicles which are not only not making 10 grand, this target here looks at the profit of the vehicle with the lowest income, and so we have a bunch of loss-making vehicles. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get rid of all of the loss-making vehicles. That wasn't really my aim when I started this game, and I think I kind of flippantly said, we'll try and sort that out, and then we'll call this game done. I think the truth of the matter is that this is a whole other thing. I have been working towards this target of improving our rating in the minimum profit category for the last 4-5 episodes, something like, and I've barely made a dent in it. What I've managed to do is to remove some loss-making vehicles and replace them with slightly more profitable vehicles. But it's difficult. is the long and the short of it. Sorry, while I scroll rapidly around the map. This is what I'm looking for. This was one of our situations here. One of our real early things was this a shipping route taking sand from here to this docks that we built here for this glassworks, and we had another set of ships taking chemicals from here to this docks here to this glassworks, and the glassworks creates glass, and these trains take the glass goods just up the road to Sunworth. Well, Sunworth Central now, actually, because as you can see, this main Sunworth station is a tad congested. So that's what happens there, and we replaced the ships, as part of the, try and get rid of loss-making vehicles. We replaced the ships with these trains, and you know what? The chemical train, it might come good. It may come good. Last year it made 8 grand, so not 10 grand, but close. It's not terrible. not terrible. The sand trains, you know, that one made £7 last year, and that one made £7 last year. So potentially upgrading these trains, and you know, in fact, you know what? I'm going to deviate a little, as is my way, and try and improve this situation, because yeah, the main thrust of what I'm getting at is I am not sure that I'm going to be able to do this before I am going to take a pause on this game series. It's currently December 2021, and at the end of December 2021 I'm going to be switching up and doing some other videos for a while, because I've been playing OpenTTD a lot and it's time for a bit of a change. But I don't think I'm ready to ditch patient transportation and this OpenTTD from 1733. So I think what I'll be doing is putting this video series on a bit of a hiatus. So yeah, that is going to be the plan, I think. But what I will do over this episode and the next episode is carry on with what we're doing, making a few little changes here and there, and I will probably set myself, I was going to say I'll set myself some exit criteria for... I won't do that. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will set myself some targets that I will try and do when I come back, I think. But short term, here's a target. I spent frickin' millions on this series of bridges. Really spent a lot on it. And these trains, what? They aren't making the money? They aren't making the money? Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. So, we got a single Ramsbottom here. Is it worth upgrading these trains? Well, let's have a look. Ramsbottom is coming in at £5 running cost a year. So it's interesting that this one is saying that the running cost is £11 a year, considering I only have one Ramsbottom. So not entirely sure what's going on with that. But you see, technically this is £7 a year, but I'm not sure if that's actually costing me £11 a year. I'm not entirely, like I say, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Now, I'm aware, or at least I was under the impression that, that when these trains stopped, were not moving, that their running cost was low, and when they were moving, their running cost was high. Now, I might be getting that confused with the metro trains. I know there's one type of train where the running cost sits there quite low whilst they're sat there not moving, and then jumps up when they are moving. Or am I misremembering this? Have I made all this up? I might have made all this up. It's an easy Google away, but meh. Anyway, point being, rather than dive in and try and replace these vehicles with something, I think the way to go might be to add more sand. How am I going to add more sand? By delivering some engineering supplies. So let's have a look. This is where we are. The blue is the glassworks, the yellow is the sand. You can see I've been having a look. There's ports there, and that is, I think, is that, oh, that might be chemicals. Let's have a look. No, that is engineering supplies. So I guess my question is, What's the best way of getting engineering supplies from there to there? I mean, you've got to think it's a boat, right? You gotta. What do we have in terms of boats now? Let's have a look. Available ships. The answer is still not huge amounts. Let's sort by maximum speed. So the steamship, and we want, what engineering supplies? Yeah, so you see, Windjammer. That's sort of awkward because 250 goods is a bit big. Where are we? We're down in Praningwell down here. Or Brenningstone. Yeah, that's tricksy. Needs booze. And I don't have booze nearby. Sorry, I'm now looking at what I can do. Okay. And where I can bring engineering supplies from. Looking for other ports. So that's chemicals over here. That's not good for us. I need engineering supplies. So maybe a Windjammer is the way to go. Maybe a Windjammer is the way to go. I'm not sure, you see, because that would suggest it's going to be waiting 2 months to fill up. Is it going to make the money back? You know, this is often what I find is in trying to improve your situation in one place, you're just making it worse in another. So there's engineering supplies, and if I just compare it to sand, you'll see the problem I have. Although, look, I'll tell you what the problem I have is that I'm just not taking the sand from far enough away, and I'm limiting the speed to 50 miles an hour. The sand, I don't know what the hell am I doing, YouTube? I mean, honestly, the sand, it could be coming from frickin' miles away. It's not going to lose any value. It's still just sand. A big part of me thinks I ought to rethink this whole thing. Maybe I should just rethink this whole thing. Maybe I should just rethink this whole thing. Gonna maybe rethink this whole thing, YouTube. I wonder. You see, I think part of the problem is, okay, here, have a look over here, and this sort of exemplifies the issue. This was the other thing that I set up. I had thought, oh well, you know, I will make a different glassworks so that if I demolish that old one and cancel the glass deliveries, you know, I will have a new one here. Thinking, yeah, you know, this is better, you know, because the sandbank is close to the shore, and yeah, you know, not bad. But here's part of the issue. Well, you know, last year this place made the money, so that's good. It made over 11 grand, but that's the chemicals. The sand, yeah, 4 grand, 1.5 grand. And a big part of the issue in the sand is, well, yeah, it's taking its time to fill up. We shouldn't be waiting on sand. We should absolutely send engineering supplies to the sand pit and just have shed loads of sand, cart loads, wagon loads of sand. But I think part of the issue is as well, just sending the train uphill It's properly slowing down still because of the weight multiplier, and I'm on the older vehicles because I'm trying to keep running costs down, and their power just isn't that strong. So I think the way to go is what we need is we need a glassworks that is not high up. We need sand that's quite a way away, or can be quite a way away, that we will send engineering supplies to. And we're going to hopefully want to try and do that by water. By land, not by water. By land. We want to do all of this not with ships. See, look, here's another one where, on the one hand, you got a sandbank near the shore, and it's a distance away from the glassworks, but the glassworks is uphill. I don't think this would end up any different to the one that we've got down here. But then part of me wonders whether... No. I am looking for a new situation. I have decided. Look at me being all decisive. So, let's carry on looking. Now, that would appear to be a glassworks right there, and it's on the flat. That's, that's a big tick right away. There's chemicals over here, and there's a sandbank over here. But we could bring the sand from much further away, and still make the money on it. So let's have a look, and let's just put chemicals on here. Chemicals doesn't lose that much, so actually the chemicals could come from a ways away as well. So, yeah, the sandbank here to the glassworks there, is that going to be close enough? I don't know. I do not know, but I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to find out, because if that first one isn't close enough, maybe the second one will be. As in, we get a twofer. As long as this doesn't go out of business, this is a good place to come to. So, I'm going to shut up. We'll sort of spin this on, and we'll make some. I'll stick some music on, and let's go ahead and build this route. This is the sand route. Take 3. Okay, there we go. Let's set up a sand route. And you know what? I am going to use this so expensive Raven. I don't even care. I know that the running cost is potentially higher than other things, but I am okay with that. 33 tons of sand in the hopper car. Yes, that's what we're going to go for. And we're going to go quite big with it. We're going to make sure it's sand on there. 430 tons. That might be too big, But I guess the point is taking a big load of long distance, and I'm hopeful, well, you know what, even if this doesn't quite cut it, I want the anchor route in there to make sure that the glassworks doesn't shut down. So, because I think this is a better template for us than the previous ones that we've had. I would like to make sure that the bottle route doesn't shut down. I'm gonna take this sand. You know, I recognise that, you know, as the crow flies, it's actually pretty close. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But here's the other thing. Next step is going to be chemicals. So, going to build those now, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Just sort of picking up from here. Let's see. Yeah, we can do things like that. And we'll do that. And then these guys can come off of here. Maybe. No, you know, maybe nothing. We're just gonna level this out a little because we got the money for it. And once we got this station built, I don't care what the local authority thinks of me. Okay. And again, we're gonna level that out too. There we go. And we're gonna hook things up over here. I think I am just gonna do the mega lazy one here, because this is still for me a proof of concept. Part of this is that I don't want I don't want to spend too much time and effort on this until I get a proof that it works. And part of it is just, even if it does work, if this is going to be dedicated sand and dedicated chemicals, then a messy crossing like this isn't the worst thing in the world, because trains are never going to be, you know, particularly waiting that long, you know. So I'm fine with it. Let's have this on entry and an option for it on the exit. And let's go with another Raven. Get that there, just the one. And chemicals. So, what do we got? Covered hopper car can do chemicals as well. That does seem to be better. There we go. Chemicals, 79,000 gallons. Not entirely sure how good that is, but let's send it on its way. And let's clone it. All right. So, this is our third effort at doing this particular thing. We need these. There we go. Yeah, so this is, yeah. And I think it's going to be better. I hope it's going to be better. I really do. Just looking at the speed, I mean, just the one train. Yeah, 17. You see, 17,409. I guess, do the carriages have running costs as well? I guess they maybe do. I don't know, but whatever. The actual the train there, that's not a terrible speed for it to be going at, you know. 45 miles an hour it seems to top out at, which does make me somewhat regret putting this here and maybe not putting it there. Yeah, you know, maybe we'll have this on the way out. We will force a service on the way out. We'll have an optional service on the way in. So that made £8,000 a journey. Oh God, it made 500 quid. 500 quid. That's not great. And here again we can see, look at it getting up to speed. That is not good. Not good at all. Okay, so, well, we shall see. We shall see. I'm going to give it a little longer. We've got a similar sort of deal from this train here. You know, it's going to top out at 45, I think. That does mean that this bit here is sort of brutal. You know what? To the point where, at least on the way there, I think the way to go is to tunnel it. Because then you're dipping down to begin with, which is going to speed you up a little, and then you're just going to be slowed by the rise up at the other side. Given that these guys seem to be topping out on the flats here, you know, at sub 50 miles an hour, the speed limit is going to be set by the wagons at 65. So assuming they get to 65 coming down the hill, yeah, look at that. He's struggling to get past. Yeah, 43 and a bit miles an hour is his limit, but coming down the hill will speed him up. And then coming back up the hill, yeah, they lose a bit of speed, but I think that's probably going to be better. Is that the only bridges? Yeah, apart from these flat bridges, it's the uphill bit which is going to kill them. So that's a better situation. Okay. Last thing to do in this episode then, I think, is to locate some engineering supplies and bring that along. So I need a port, an engineering supply type port, wherever one may be. There's one. Engineering supplies. And currently, this guy is taking them out to these things here. And I wonder if this guy takes alcohol and goods. Interesting. I know we have goods coming down the line here from the original OG metal workshop. You know, we are getting steel dropped off here. And, you know, goods are getting picked up and brought down. and at the moment they're all going there. Now I could potentially drop some here in Muddinghead Cross. Yeah, that might have to be a thing that we do. It's going to be kind of awkward, but if we were to do that, then we would increase our engineering supplies production, and we would be able to send the engineering supplies back up and over to here. Woo! Yeah. Okay. So if we're going to do that, and I think we are, then I'm already ditching this. Yeah, I know that was a bad way of doing things, but I did it anyway. So we're going to have this come up here. We're going to have this come down here. This is going to go through. That's fine then, because the loaded ones are going, straight that way. The loaded trains, what I mean here is, don't need to have a change of elevation, and the only ones that will need a change of elevation are the unladen trains. So I think that's, in retrospect, this is absolutely what I should have done in the beginning. Yeah. I say patience comes with age. Not so far for me. Oh well. A little. What is it like? Measure twice, cut once. Just a little bit of planning would, help things out. My God, I had no planning there, did I? Just a little bit of planning there would have really helped this situation. That's it coming up there. And that's, oh my gosh. What am I doing? There we go. Right. Yeah, okay. So, that's a better situation there. What are you doing? Oh, you got to load up on sand. Fair enough. Don't know where you got sent to. Oh, you probably came past when I was blowing shit up. My bad. Right, so I think I'm going to shut up, and we will get that engineering supplies route built. Okay. Okay, there we go. That was messy. It was messy. I'm looking at this junction here. Part of me wants to die. So, you know, I know. This is one of those things where I'm sure I in my mind I'm always like, oh, I'll come back and I'll sort that out. Do I? Not really. Okay, but here's the plan. Set this to engineering supplies. It's going to come here, and it is going to fully load with engineering supplies, and then it's going to head on its epic cross map journey to here. And you know what? I'm going to clone it a couple of times for good measure, but just because the journey's going to take so long. Now that might interfere with my other one, but then that whole OG steel mill situation I'm pretty sure I need to take a close look at anyway, because you know, it's just old school. We've probably got way too many trains. Do you know what I mean? Look, this track was designed to be profitable at 6 miles an hour. Genuinely, when I started this bit, I don't know how long you've been watching, but when I started this bit of track here, it was designed to be profitable with incredibly cheap trains moving incredibly slowly. And you know, we're past that now, and these trains' running costs are so high, but the profit, you know, 2,000 a journey just won't cut it when your train, you know, is A, gonna cost you $8,000 a year plus to run, and B, you know, it does it all so quick. It's just queuing for a load all the time. So yeah, I think the thing to do is get rid of some of these trains, but I'm not sure I'm going to necessarily do that now, because my gosh, it needs a lot of thinking about, needs a lot of focusing. Might send this guy on his way just to kind of suss out the track that he's going to take. But yeah, we have engineering supplies coming this way now. That's got to be, that's definitely something. That's something good. This train is topping out at what's the weight on this? Just having a look. Wow. Okay. Well, this train, 72% loaded, is able to hit the top speed of 50, and it's able to do more. So that's already doing better than the sand train was over yonder. The sand and the chemicals train. Let's just see here how this train is doing. We're just losing money every year. What is a chemical train doing there? It shouldn't be going there, should it? Yeah. Oh, is this all electrified? Yeah, no. I don't know what's going on then. But at any rate, hopefully, if we can get engineering supplies in there, we'll get gung-ho production. And I'm not really looking to finesse. I'm not really looking to match up the engineering supplies and the production of the sandbank to the frequency of the sand cargo trains. Really what I'm looking to do is just minimize / eliminate waiting. I want these trains to just roll straight in there and fully load as quickly as possible. In an ideal world for me, there will be sand sat there waiting, because this is what I want to eliminate. And once I've done that, I will be able to see whether this situation is going to work. And the situation that I'm referring to there is taking sand from this sandbank. I mean, I hope it works. I'm not entirely sure what I will do if it doesn't. Apart from scream and cry and throw me toys out the pram, I'm not sure what else there is to do. Apart from, of course, come up with a better plan, do better, play better. But yeah, you know what? We'll come back in the next episode, and there's been quite enough of that for today, and we will see how we've done. You see, that bodes well. The chemical train is making the money. That's really good to know. If I can work out how to make money from sand, then we are quids in, and I'll call that a good 2021. But we'll have to wait until the next episode, which is going to be the last episode for a while. As I say, I'm gonna do some other games, but I am not ditching this series. I will come back after some time and finish it off, so to speak. But for now, as always, thanks ever so much for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves.